Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Tech Exercise and Google Cloud Platform tutorial series. Today we are going to see BigQuery demo. We will be creating table, view, materialized view, function, stored procedure. We will also look at time travel and permissions. So stay tuned and keep watching this video. The first activity we are going to do is look for the BigQuery in search bar. Now we landed to the BigQuery homepage. So the first activity we are going to perform after landing up to the BigQuery homepage, we'll create a dataset. While creating dataset, consider the documentation. Only letters, numbers and underscores are allowed in dataset ID name. There is special characters are not allowed. So I'll write BQ demo dataset. The next action is selecting location type. Since this is a learning session, I'll go ahead with single region as I don't want to replicate my data across multiple regions. And I'll be choosing the appropriate location. So it's US Central 1. Now I'll hit the create dataset button. And that's all. My dataset got created. Now we'll go ahead and see how we can create tables through UI or by SQL scripts. So first we'll try to create via UI. For that we'll open this dataset and there is an option create table. There are multiple options we have, like we can create empty tables, we can create table from Google Cloud Storage, we can upload any of the file from local system and create tables accordingly. We can use Drive to create tables, Google BigTable, Amazon S3, Azure Blob Storage, existing table view is also available. For now we'll upload from local system. Since I'm trying to upload from local system, I have an option to browse the file. This is the sample file created for this session. I'll select this. The format is CSV. Project name and dataset name is pre-populated. I don't need to select or add manually. Table name I need to define. So I'll write test table. Type is native. Schema. So I'll try to add schema accordingly. First one is ID. Type is integer, second field is name, type is string, third field is age, type is integer, fourth field is department, type is string, and the last field is salary, department integer. I don't want any partitioning or clustering setup for this table. Next we'll go ahead for the advanced option and we'll see numbers of error allowed, comma delimited, double quote, headers row to skip. Since my file has headers, I will write one row to skip. The table which we are creating should be encrypted by Google Managed Key or custom key. I'll proceed with the Google Managed Encryption key and I will hit the create table button. We could see table got created. Now we'll check the table configuration and these are the attributes, and under the tab page we can see all other configurational details. This is the table ID, this is created on this date, last modified in this date. Table expiration, this will never expire. This is the location. Case sensitive false. 5 rows is present since I have loaded from file. That file has 5 rows, and this is the storage details. That's all. Now I'll try to see the data. If you go to the preview tab, you can see the data present here. The next option we are going to see is create a table using a query. So I have few scripts ready for this session and we'll go through one by one. So this is the same table with different name we are going to create via SQL script. So I'll hit the run button and we could see sample table got created. And this is empty table. There is no data as such. If you see, the table is empty. Now I'll again go ahead and I'll insert 5 rows to this table. Again I'll run this script and we could see 5 records added to this table. Now we'll try to refresh the preview and we could see 5 rows inserted into this table. You can also write the select statement, select star from this table, and you will be able to see the data. That's all. The next step, we are going to create a view and we have a where clause for those employees where salary is greater than 50,000. So if you see the data, there are only one employee whose salary is less than 50,000 and the ID is 3, name is Nisha. So in this view we should be having all other rows. So 4 rows we'll be having. So let's create this view. The view got created and now I'll try to select data from this view. Select star from this view. Run. And we could see 4 rows appearing. So it is working fine. As a next step we'll go and create materialized view. In this materialized view we are calculating average salary department wise and the number of employees present in that department. So I'll hit the create button, and then we can see the materialized view got created. Now again we will try to select from this materialized view and see the data. This is the data. So for marketing, only one employee is present, and this is the average salary. Sales, only one employee. HR, only one employee, and this is their corresponding average salary. For engineering, we could see two employees present, and this is the average salary. So it is working as per expectation, and we'll go ahead and create a function. So this function basically it calculates the 10% bonus based on the salary for each employee. So first of all, I will create this function. And under routines you could see the calculate bonus function appearing. So this function got created. Now I will use this function into a select statement and see how data looks. So this is how we can select name, salary and the bonus from the calculated function. And you could see for each employee and their salary we got the 10% bonus. So for 83,000 we have 8,300, 79,000, 7,900, 48,000, 4,800, 55,000, 5,500, 65,000, 6,500. As a next step, we are going to create one stored procedure which will update the salary by 10% for each of the employee whose age is more than 30. So to do that, first of all, we will see the data how it looks. So select star from table. We could see 40, 34. There are only two employees whose age is more than 30. So for these two employees, the salary will be increased by 10%. And I will just make a note for this. First one is 83,000 for Arnab, and Priyank it is 79,000. Now I'll try to create the stored procedure and I'll hit the run button. We could see stored procedure got created, and here you will see calculate salary bonus. Now we will click on this and it will open a new tab, and we have an option to invoke stored procedures. So we will click invoke stored procedure and we'll call this procedure. And here you see the result. The statement modified two rows in sample table. Two rows got updated. Now we are going to see how data looks in the table. Again we are going to select from this two table. For Arnab it was 83,000, and for Arnab now it is 91,300, right? For Priyank it was 79,000. For Priyank it became 86,900. So we could see the salary got updated. So stored procedure is also working as per expectation. Now the next step we are going to see is time travel. Before executing any query, right, we'll talk about what time travel is, how it works, what is the process about it. So there is a Google page. For more details you can go through it. I'll add the link into the description. So let's get started. For time travel, you can access data from any point within the time travel window, which covers the past 7 days by default. Time travel lets you query data that was updated or deleted, restore a table or dataset that was deleted, or restore a table that expired. You can set the duration of the time travel window from a minimum of 2 days to a maximum of 7 days is the default. You set the time travel window at the dataset level, which then expires to all of the tables within the dataset. A project level default can also be configured. You can configure the time travel window to be longer in case where it is important to have a longer time to recover updated or deleted data, and to be a shorter where it isn't required. Using a shorter time travel window lets you save on storage cost when using physical storage billing model. These savings don't apply when using logical storage billing model. I hope you understand it is basically used for data recovery. If your data gets expired or deleted mistakenly, you can go back to the past 7 days and bring all the data. Basically you can get the snapshot for a particular point of time, and we are going to see the same via query how you can do that. So for this I'm going to use the first table which we have loaded via file. First of all we are going to analyze how data looks. Select star from test table. And you could see the Jane Smith. Age of Jane Smith says she is 34-year-old, right? And we are going to update the age for Jane Smith. Update table name set age equal to, I'll mark it as 45, where name equal to Jane Smith. This is fine. I can update this. So earlier it was 34. So one row got updated, and now if you see the age, it must be showing as Jane Smith 45. Now I will try to go back to 2 minutes and see how we can get the snapshot for that point of time. So you could see Jane Smith has 34 as age. So 2 minutes ago the value was this, and now we have updated the value. This is the standard query to retrieve time travel data. I can put this query into the description. You can use them. As a next step, we are going to see how you can add permission to a specific dataset rather than assigning to a project level who can access all of the dataset. You can grant access in more granular way and assign someone to access the data within a dataset. So first of all, we are going to open the dataset. We'll hit the sharing option, permission, and to grant permission, I have created one service account, and I'll select this for BigQuery data editor, data owner, data viewer. There is no service account present currently. So I'll add principal, I'll add this service account, I'll choose BigQuery admin role, I'll hit the save button, and that's all. We could see now BigQuery admin, and this service account has the BigQuery admin role. So this service account would be able to access data or update data or modify, do any sort of activity within this dataset since it has the BigQuery admin permission. I think that's all for today. If you haven't watched my video till yet, go and subscribe my previous videos for more understanding on service account creation and how you can manage them. And stay tuned for the upcoming videos, and do like, comment and subscribe. Thank you. Have a great day. Bye bye.